All right, everybody. All right. So look, talking about Elvis, I'm following this video up because I didn't check it yesterday for Christmas Day. This is the day after Christmas, okay? December 26, 2023. Elvis is now number 63 in the world. Is that right? 63? That's right. Number 63 in the world right now. Elvis Presley is being played on Spotify. That's crazy to me. He's number 63. Like, you gotta understand, as an Elvis fan, and there's some, like, I look at Elvis like that's crazy to me. But what's great, as far as I'm concerned, that makes me aware that an audience is starting to learn about Elvis, is starting to see about Elvis. Okay, what was this man about? And I've studied his life since I was a kid, so I understand, I know, and I know a lot of truths about him, where media and culture and a lot of other things really get him wrong and really crucify him. I'm not a fan of that, because I believe in biographical accuracy. Okay, and I've been talking about that for years. If you're gonna tell someone's story, tell it right, especially if they're not here to defend themselves. You've got an obligation to tell their story right. It goes back to not talking bad about the dead, you know? Like, if you're gonna tell it for what it was. Anyway, I'll get on that movie Priscilla after a little while. I actually like the movie, but I'll talk about it later. I'm not gonna get into that on this video because it's just more that I want to put on this video. It's gonna be a nice long discussion. So anyway, Elvis right now, December 26, 2023, number 63 in the world, you guys. This man has been gone for 46 years. Is that right? 46 years. Yes, 46 years. And he is number 63 in the world. Got to give a shout out to Brenda Lee too, because that is freaking awesome. Rocking Around the Christmas Tree literally went number one for the first time in 65 years this year. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because of the, post-pandemic. I don't know what it is, but the fact that we're listening to so much Christmas music, and especially old school Christmas music, I'm assuming that's what it is. And maybe the Priscilla Presley movies got people listening to Elvis more. But to me, it seems like people just really want to embrace a spirit of Christmas, because, if you look around us, if you look at the headlines, you look at the culture, we live right now in a society that's bitter, that's harsh, that's sad, that's angry. You got wars all over the place, and it's really a tough time to really look at world events. It's tough, and it's sad. So anyway, I say all that to say, again, Elvis is number 63 in the world, which is freaking awesome. So if you haven't listened to some Elvis music, let's say you're listening to this video and you're like, I've never listened to Elvis before, I don't care about Elvis, all I've heard is he stole music from black people and this, that, and the third, which is really kind of false. You've got to look at all that in the historical context. We'll talk about that another time too. That's a very long discussion. Again, historical accuracy and correct historical context is important. So it don't have anything to do with where we're at now. And I think that's what I'm seeing a lot of. Like, I'm dumbfounded at how people try to make stuff like the Little Richard documentary. That really irked me, how they were putting so much emphasis. I'll talk about that later. Anyway, go listen to some Elvis music. Me personally, I like his music from the 70s. More than anything. His music from the 50s was alright, but the music from the 60s was okay. Late 60s was really good. I feel like that's when he was starting to find himself. But by probably the last 10 years of his life, from maybe, I don't even want to say 67 to 77, more like 68 to 77, those last 9 years, his music, it's like he found his voice finally. And that Elvis sound came about. That it wasn't rockabilly, it was something totally different. And if you listen to it, you'll know what I mean. It's a sound that's just a little bit different than anything you've heard before. It's not Southern rock, it's not pop, it's not country, but it's like, that's the problem. Nobody could figure out where to put him at. Now, towards the end, he had a lot of a country feel at the very end. But even that had his own taste to it. But Elvis was Elvis. He was just different, and he didn't change for nobody. And that, I think that is what I like more than anything. He didn't change for anybody. His music was his music. He sang what he loved, at least to the best of his ability. There were some songs that he never got a chance to cover because of Colonel Parker and copyrights and all the other fun mumbo jumbo that people go through with records and music and all this. So anyway, check out some Elvis when you get a chance. Again, Elvis Presley, number 63 in the world right now in 2023. Freaking awesome.